how to bake a cake from scratch, and I'm going to be baking a Victoria sponge, which is a classic British cake. So let's get started. Okay, so for your wet ingredients, you're going to be needing 225 grams of unsalted butter softened, which basically means at room temperature, 4 free-range eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 3 to 4 tablespoons of milk. And then for your dry ingredients, you're going to need 225 grams of caster sugar, 200 grams of self-raising flour, and 25 grams of corn flour. And the corn flour gives it a kind of lighter texture, but you can sub this out with some more self-raising flour. And finally, you need 3 to 4 tablespoons of strawberry or raspberry jam. This is for the filling. You can use any type of jam you want, really. You can also use fresh fruit like strawberries or raspberries, and you can also add cream if you want a richer addition to your cake. Okay, so let's start cooking. Basically, you're going to want to put the butter into a large bowl, and you're also going to want to get a wooden spoon to mix all of your ingredients together. Then you need to add the caster sugar, and then you're going to just mix the two together, and this is called the creaming method, where you basically just incorporate the two ingredients, making them into a smooth kind of batter. And I've just put this on double speed here because I didn't want it to be too slow, and stirring isn't that fun to watch. So yeah, as you can see, it's kind of a light mixture now. Yeah, there you go, light and fluffy. Well, it can be a bit fluffier than that. Now you're going to add your vanilla extract. This is the one I'm using. It's great, it's very, very nice. I'm measuring out of a teaspoon measure. Obviously you can just use a normal teaspoon. And then you're just going to incorporate this into your cake mixture. Okay, so now we're moving on to the eggs. So we've got 4 eggs. So basically I'm just going to show you how to do one. So you're going to crack it into a separate bowl and discard the eggshells because no one wants them, because yeah. Then you're going to get a fork or a small whisk. I'm using a small whisk, and just beat the eggs lightly in the separate bowl. Okay, so at this stage it's probably a good idea to have your flour already measured out into a bowl, or just have it on your measuring scales on the side. Then you're going to want to take a tablespoon of this flour and put it straight into your mixture, and then adding to this the egg. So the idea behind adding the flour to the mixture is so that basically it doesn't curdle, because as you can see when I start stirring here, I've got to really stir really quickly and really fast. And basically what you don't want to happen is to end up with a really lumpy curdled mess in your bowl, because that wouldn't be good. Okay, so I've added the rest of my eggs now, and as you can see the mixture has kind of got a bit more, it's got a bit more volume to it, and it's a really nice yellow colour because I've used free range eggs, which are yummy, so yeah. Now I'm adding the rest of my flour, and I'm also adding my corn flour, and this can be found in any supermarket really, like Tesco or Sainsbury's or yeah, anywhere like that. It's quite easily available. So yeah, I'm just getting it all out with a spoon, and then I'm going to take my wooden spoon and using a kind of folding motion, I'm going to fold in the flour with the wet ingredients. So the reason why you don't want to be beating this mixture is because you don't want to be knocking the air out of it at this stage. You want to be incorporating air, if anything, and you also want to be incorporating all of your flour, so that you've got a really kind of mixed up mixture. Anyway, now you're going to end up with your mixture, but it's now quite thick, so you're going to want to add some milk to it. So I'm only going to add half of my milk to this mixture because it actually doesn't really need that much more liquid in it, and I'm just going to stir it in to make it smoother and nicer. And you can add all the milk if you want, it just depends on your measuring scales and how much flour you've put in it really. So then your mixture should look like this. It should be really nice and soft. Okay, so now I'm going to preheat my oven to 180 for normal ovens and 170 for mine because it's a fan and it's really rubbish. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to line your tins. You're going to need a pencil and some tin foil or some baking parchment. And excuse my sandwich pans, they're really rubbish. They've got like all the non-stickers come off. Okay, so basically you want to take your pencil and draw around the outside, but quite firmly so that you get a outline onto your tin foil or baking parchment. And then along come the pair of scissors, and as if by magic we have two circles of aluminium tinfoil stuff. Right, okay, so now we're going to get our butter, and using the butter packets we're going to get some butter onto it, and the packet is made of paper, so it's quite useful for smearing the butter in the tins basically. This is just to stop the cakes from sticking and to help the tinfoil stick to the bottom of the pans. Okay, so I've stuck the tinfoil down with the butter, and now I'm going to add my mixture in equal amounts into the two tins. Okay, so now I've got all of my mixture equally distributed into the two tins, and I'm going to be using a rubber spatula to smooth out the mixture into the tin. Okay, so now we're going to go into the oven. By the way, cakes, so next time we see them, they shall be cooked. So, moment of truth. Did they cook? Did they? Yes, they did. There are my two cakes. So now you're just going to want to take a butter knife and run it around the edge of the tin. This is just going to help to release the two cakes. This step should be done 10 minutes after they've been in the oven. So you want to leave them to cool for 10 minutes in their tins first before you do this. Okay, so you're just going to push on the metal on the bottom of the tin to release the cake. There we go. And then simply peel away the tin foil to reveal the golden base. Then move that one to one side and carry out the same process with the second tin. Okay, so now we are on to the filling of our Victoria sponge sandwich cake. Okay, so we're just going to take some strawberry jam here and place it into the middle of the cake. Then using a knife you're just going to want to spread this out all over the cake. And as you can see here, I have upturned one of my cakes so that the bottom is actually facing upwards. This just helps so that you have a smooth surface to spread the jam on, and it makes it easier and also makes it look nicer. Okay, so I spread out all of my jam, and I'm going to take the other half of my cake and simply place it on top. Okay, so final touches here. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of icing sugar, and using a sieve, holding it from a height, I am going to dust it with icing sugar. So there's the final product, a classic British cake, Victoria sandwich. Really delicious. I hope you guys enjoy making it. Please feel free to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Hopefully I'm making more videos, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Happy baking!